right, can I get a drum roll, please? It is time to make the ultimate brownies. I call these Death by Chocolate Brownies, and it is not without good cause. These rich and mouth-watering brownies will put you in a state of pure chocolate bliss. They're delectable treats with a combination of flavors and textures, crafted to satisfy your deepest chocolate cravings. You have to sink your teeth into this dense brownie that has a perfectly crisp top, a lusciously gooey center, and the moment you take your first bite, the moist and tender inside literally just melts in your mouth. You can savor them as is or enjoy them with vanilla ice cream. Watch the slowly warm fudgy goodness just all come together with each bite. Or perhaps you can just drizzle a little bit of caramel on top and just let those flavors come together. They make for an incredible dessert, a decadent snack, or a show-stopping treat for any special occasion. Let's hop into how we make these brownies and get started. All right, so we've got some melted butter and oil in a bowl. And we're gonna add in about 150 grams of dark chocolate and whisk that together until it's all melted and smooth. And this is the consistency that you're gonna wanna have. And if you need to microwave it a couple times, I would recommend microwaving at about 10 to 15 second intervals so that you don't burn the chocolate. Also, you can melt the butter on the stove. Just for the sake of time and for the sake of demonstration, we used, I melted it in the microwave because it's just easier that way. Anyway, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cocoa powder to this mixture. We're gonna whisk that in and we're gonna set this aside to cool. Make sure everything's nice and incorporated. So here you go, here's another texture shot. It actually looks really nice and smooth. There you go. We're just gonna set this aside. So next, in a separate bowl, I'm actually going to crack 3 eggs. We're going to whisk together some eggs and some brown sugar and white sugar. Doesn't matter if you use a different whisk or the same whisk, it's all coming together eventually anyway. But we're gonna whisk this together for a good 2 to 3 minutes until it gets nice and frothy. And we whisk it together. You can also use a hand mixer for this, forgot to preface that. But you can, we whisk this together so that you get that nice, shiny, crackly top on top of the brownies when they bake. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's like one of my favorite parts. You get the fudgy texture underneath with that crackly top. It's the best. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Maybe I should have used the hand mixer. My arm's getting a little tired. Modern problems require modern solutions. We're using hand mixer time. Bring it out. Boom. So much easier. And my hand mixer's already nice and charged up. And you can beat this on high speed. I won't say it's impossible to overmix this, but in this case, the more the merrier. I think 3 minutes is the sweet spot for me. But if you want to mix for up to 5, your prerogative. Okay, as this is mixing, I'm going to add in a little bit of vanilla extract to balance out all that heavy chocolate flavor. And just mix for another 10 to 15 seconds until that's fully into the egg mixture. Okay, we're gonna cut that. And this is the fun part. Now we're gonna add in our chocolate mixture. And we're gonna fold that together. Make sure you get all that chocolatey goodness. into the bowl. Anybody else sing when they're cooking? And then we've got some dry ingredients. This is a little bit of flour, a touch of baking soda, just to give it the tiniest bit of a rise, and a pinch of kosher salt. So I'm just gonna. For this recipe, I'll be using Bob's Red Mill's unbleached white all-purpose organic flour. It's a premium baking flour, freshly milled using high-quality wheat, making for the most delectable breads, cakes, muffins, and of course, blondies. I'll also be using their baking powder and baking soda, which are my go-to leaveners for all of my baking needs. There's no aluminum, no weird aftertaste, just all clean ingredients. Head to Bob's Red Mill to shop their products and to find their local retailers. Add that in there as well. And it should thicken up a little bit. And just mix until everything makes one cohesive batter. So we're not using a hand mixer for this because we want to prevent over mixing. Again, like the whole flour meets liquid situation, you don't want there to be too much manipulation of the flour once it hits the liquid. So we're just keeping that to a minimum. And sometimes with a hand mixer, you have a tendency to go overboard. So just avoiding that right now. Almost there. We are going to add some chocolate chips to this. We're gonna put it in our 8x8 pan and we're gonna bake. Fold it in. That is beautiful. Boom. Smooth it out if need be. And we're ready to bake. Boom. All right, so the brownies have cooled completely. If you can see, they have a beautiful crackly top that I was talking about earlier. Love this. Here we go. All right, and now we're just gonna frost them with this super fudgy frosting. One quick tip, if your frosting has solidified too much, you can pop it into the microwave for about 10 to 15 seconds and then just whisk everything together just to get it going. And then it should be easily spreadable on top of the brownies. I only say that because it just happened to me. So we're just gonna add this frosting on top. And then it's ready to eat after that. Okay, and feel free to get all those fun wispy swirls on top. I could swoop for hours because it's so addictive to do. The brownies are ready to cut, and these brownies are not for the faint of heart. If you are not a hardcore chocolate lover, don't even apply. Okay, let's see. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna go one. Just wipe our knife off to get a nice clean cut. And then cut as big or small as you want. I love a corner piece. I'm all about that corner piece because I like the crisp edges. Some people prefer the middle piece. To each their own. But this is what you get. Do you see this fudgy? Do you see this fudgy texture? You see that amazing, super velvety, fudgy frosting on top? I mean, this is just the ideal brownie. Quintessential brownie. Like, you need this brownie in your life. It's got a nice bite to it too. So, speaking of bites, ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So good. You guys want some? All right, so you got these delicious fudgy death by chocolate brownies. They're perfect for the chocolate lover in you, in your family, whomever you want to give these to. They will go goo-goo over this recipe. Let's see, take a look at this frosting. If you wanted to set up just a smidge more, you can just pop it into the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. But if you don't like it like this, what are you doing? Okay. Run, don't walk, and get this recipe in my fall baking and holiday cookbook or e-cookbook at BrittanyBreaksBread.com. Happy baking, y'all.